Hello and welcome to Scrolling with Ceazor. Today is June 17th, 2026. Not feeling so great today, but I'll carry on. Show must go on, right? So I taking a look at the charts, but before we do that, it's not financial advice. You do you'd make your own decisions and all that kind of stuff. So things are, kind of crabby in the middle. Not much change since yesterday. ETH is down about 1%. Hype is up about 0.5%. Sonic is up 2%. What does Sonic look? Sonic's, yeah, it looks so terrible. Poor fucking chain. I feel so bad, and I got bags too, so it kind of hurts even more. But anyway, that's that. Gold continues to climb back up into range, so I'm happy I widened this out a little bit. But yeah, that's that. So ETH looking okay. BTC's up a tiny bit. They all looking the same, right? Everything always looks the same no matter what chart you open up, unless you're opening some shitcoin or some specific DEX or specific governance coin that has some stuff about it. But anyhow, that's that. Let's go over to the tweets and the news of the day, and just talk about them. Okay, so there was a tweet I forgot to find, but I'm going to find it right now. Apparently Uniswap. Let's see if they reposted it. I hope they did. Let's see. Tokenized assets, banker, spotlight, ARC. Too bad. Basically, I saw that something about the Uni token is gonna get added to some ETF or something. And yeah, I just find it to be great, in some ways, if Uni pumps, we all might pump, but it's people don't care about anything. I just feel it's people just only care about hype, and that's all that matters to everyone. Yeah, so here, bullish. Standard Chartered predicts Uni could surge 40x from $2 to $100, but it does nothing. There's a little bit of, I guess there's some fee sharing now going on and stuff like that. So, but Uniswap is the dominant big player in the system. So, it does. They are a symbol of our ecosystem and industry. So I hope they do. I hope they do well. But I find it very hard to buy this token with logic behind it. But maybe I do have to look a little bit deeper and see how the fee switch is working and stuff like that. Because I remember they did turn on fee switch. I just haven't looked deeper, and maybe I'm using old information to make my biases continue forward. So I'll have to dig a little bit deeper into this. I'm going to leave this here and then ask a little bit of further questions. Moving on. So Coinbase has, the first real one-to-one back tokenized stocks are coming. Own actual tokenized shares of U.S. companies. Trade, hold, and redeem all on chain. Automatically receive dividends. No derivatives, no IOUs. Welcome to the future of stocks. So this is great for stocks, for TradFi bringing RWAs on chain. I think that's awesome. Putting it on, this is on Coinbase. So I'm not sure if I did see Aerodrome talk about it as well. So they must be also doing some ERC20 versions of them on Base. So that's good. But it is KYC stuff, right? It's not permissionless. It's not decentralized, censorship resistant, all that kind of stuff. It's stocks, right? So it's basically, Coinbase is going to compete with Robinhood and give you stock exchanging as well as, crypto exchanges and stuff like that. So it's good and it's bad. There's KYC in there. There's some, lack of privacy. Coinbase can look at everything you're doing and so forth. But yeah. I think it's got some goods, ends, and bads, pros and cons. Moving on. So Alchemix did this tweet here yesterday, and I was looking at it, or today, and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking well, this is pretty interesting. So like basically it's a video of how to repay your Alchemix loan in 60 seconds. So it's like it just kind of walks through and shows you that click this, click that, da 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 da, and then you will repay your loan. So that's interesting. Uh, Not too many projects are like tweeting out how to like take your money away from them. But at the same time, like they're doing like a series. I've seen them do a series of videos. So they're just kind of showing different things you can do in the front end in like 60 seconds or roughly a minute and so forth. Is there sound on this? Yeah, it sounds like an AI, a voice, some woman's AI voice. But anyhow, I still think it's cool. I thought I'd share it. Okay, so take a look at this. So Kate XBTHL, she tweeted this out today, and she's like, every time she goes on a flight, she's worried, she's gonna crash and die. So she schedules a tweet or a message to her family members, two of her family members, and that will send in 5 days after. It contains all of this kind of information. So her PIN, her commonly used passwords, PIN to open two-factor authentication device, a guide on what to do to distribute money that is left behind naturally. Not all of it is on Telegram, privacy, SIM swaps, compromises, etc., but guide. So yeah, I think it's kind of cool. I think like having a kill switch like this is pretty good. I would just use like a small book and just hand it to them and be like, if I die, open this thing up and look at it. I don't think those two family members, you got to choose those two family members properly. Like, you choose your wife and son or something, not, your second cousin twice removed, right? So, but I do think, having this kind of like setup is very important. I saw a tweet a little while ago about a guy who was like, oh, my friend died. Or my cousin or something died. Or my brother, I can't remember, brother-in-law or some guy died. And, he was super paranoid. So like, we can't find any of his seed phrases, any of his passwords. And he's got like millions of dollars in his wallet. How can we get it? And it's like, you can't. So anyways, I think it's kind of good. This is definitely a good idea. I'm not too sure about using Telegram to send these things. She doesn't put seed phrase in here, which is good, right? But maybe just like send a message like, hey, you can find my seed phrase in underneath the plant in my house that has red flowers or whatever the hell, whatever you're doing, right? Moving on. So here we have Frax. So they tweeted this out today. So it says, just in, Congress is moving to ban a Fed-issued CDBC until 2030. So great for stablecoins. No CBDC. More stablecoin action, please. And Frax is at the forefront of this. So yeah, that's happening. Yesterday I tweeted this out. I was looking at like I like this Ramses exchange. It's not doing like phenomenal on Hyperliquid EVM, but it's doing. I'm happy with my positions there and my and so forth. So I did this tweet yesterday. So I was like, I really like the tech. I think Ramses is really good, but it's like 4x smaller than Nest Exchange. So I went to AI and I got it to read through all the docs and produce this chart for me, and then I verified all this stuff. I read through it, and yeah, you can read through it too, right? And you can compare. I feel like Nest is doing very well on Hyperliquid, but it's nothing new. There's no new tech there, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means maybe they selected tech that is reliable and easy to use, and people understand it and people are familiar with it. But I really like Ramses tech. I really like the X33 token system that they produced, and I really like the auto volts too. But anyways, that's that. So you can check this out. Check this tweet out. Compare them side by side. and make your own decisions on what you want to do. So here's a tweet by Johnny M. I don't know who this guy is, but it's a long article here. You can read it. I'll read the headline here. It says, the Solana Foundation says it's neutral. Every lever it controls says it's king-making. Now, I read through most of it. I started getting bored and I stopped reading. But for the most part, basically, what he's accusing them of doing is they are amplifying and retweeting things that they have personally invested in more than anything else. So we've got the people at the Solana Foundation choosing the winners, and those winners are based on the tokens that they hold, right? So that's basically the gist of it. But there's a lot of data in here. There's a lot of findings. There's a lot, he's trying to be neutral. Now he is a Solana dev, and he does build on Solana. So he doesn't want Solana to lose. He just wants Solana to fix this, right? And now maybe he's not one of the ones that are chosen to be a king. So maybe that's why he's tweeting this out. But it is that. Okay, so you can read through that. Moving on, this is kind of sad. So the Swell chain shutdown has begun. So Swell chain is a LST, so a staked ETH protocol. So SW ETH. I did a video on it a long while ago. So liquid restaking. Then they spun up a layer 2, and but I guess the layer 2 is not very successful, and they're shutting it down. Now it's sad to see a layer 2, especially one that's backed by an LST, shutting down. I find that to be sad. I don't like this, but at the same time, we have a lot of L2s, and maybe we don't need so many of them, and so forth. But that's happening. So if you have any tokens over there, you got to pull them back. You got to bridge out. You got to get out of there. So that's that. Dr. DeFi just tweeted out, Flying Tulip is now at 8 million global TVL. So that's good. I'm a fan of this protocol. I really like their put options on the FT tokens. I've tweeted about it quite a bit. I like the way this system is built. I like everything about it. I just don't like that it's slow to grow. Corn is doing a video here on Flex. I've talked about Flex quite a bit. Flex is good shit. It's a way to loop up your stable coins right now, but they are going to push this thing more. There's no token to invest in. There's no token to buy, but you can loop up your stable coins and get some serious APR right now. They are hunting down new markets, and I did see that they've deployed new markets. However, they haven't been added to the front end because liquidity hasn't been added to that. So you can check it out though. I do think it's good stuff, and I like Corn, I like Yearn, I like Johnny who created this thing. It's all good stuff. Okay. So here we have Liquidity. Liquidity is retweeting DeFi Saver has a points system thing going on. If you use DeFi Saver to manage your CDPs, you can get some points. Okay. Now, there's a little bit of a learning curve here when you try to use their DFS wallet thing. There's a little bit of it's a little unintuitive. It's not what you're used to when you're running a wallet. However, it does give you a lot of powers because it's a smart contract wallet that allows you to bundle transactions, flash loan stuff, and do all kinds of cool stuff like that. So take a look at it. Consider if you want to use it or not. But if you do decide to use it for some of your positions, you are going to get extra points in that. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope this has been useful. Goodbye.